10 rare jewels of iconic duchesses that will shock you. History remembers their titles, but it buried their secrets in velvet and silence. A naked angel whose jewels vanished for a century. A divorced duchess who hid 4 tiaras from the world for 50 years. A woman who made a king surrender his throne, and then wore the proof around her neck. These are the rare jewels that royalty doesn't talk about, and tonight, we're talking about all of them. Surprisingly, they are too beautiful to be true. The Bagration Spinel Tiara and Parure. She was called the Naked Angel, Princess Catherine Bagrassion, niece of the legendary Prince Potemkin, a woman so scandalous, so magnetic, that Europe itself couldn't look away. And when she died, her jewels vanished into mystery for over a century. The Bagration Spinel Parure, a breathtaking suite of pear, cushion and round spinels swirling within diamond scroll motifs, tiara, necklace, earrings and comb, believed to have been crafted by the legendary Fossin of Chaumet around 1800. Spinels this rare, this saturated, simply don't exist anymore. Then in 1973, Christie's Geneva broke the silence. A future Duke of Westminster bought them for his Russian-descended bride, herself a direct descendant of Alexander Pushkin. Fate, or something far more deliberate. The tiara graced her head just once, her 1978 wedding, seen again at a royal gala in Copenhagen, then displayed at Sotheby's Platinum Jubilee exhibition in 2022. These jewels carry 3 dynasties of secrets, and rumour has it, they may be worn again very soon. The Black Pearl Brooch. She was a Greek princess who captivated a nation, Princess Marina, Duchess of Kent, elegant, untouchable, and draped in jewels that whispered of empires long gone, but one piece stood apart, a diamond brooch centered on a rare, lustrous black pearl, not white, black, with a second black pearl drop hanging beneath it like a secret. Its origin? Shrouded. Some trace it to Queen Mary herself, others point further back, to the legendary collection of Grand Duchess Vladimir, whose pearls survived revolution, exile and war. Marina wore it throughout the 1950s and 60s as if it were armour. After her death in 1968, it passed to her son, the Duke of Kent, and his wife quietly transformed it into a choker. Hidden in plain sight at royal banquets paired with tiaras, then gone. Last seen in 2002. Where is it now? Nobody knows. And that silence, that's exactly what makes it priceless. Cartier Pearl Suite. Ropes of glowing pearls, diamonds cold as moonlight, a tiara fit for royalty, and they sat locked in a London bank vault for over 50 years, wrapped in newspaper from 1953. Nobody saw them, nobody touched them. Mary, Duchess of Roxburgh, grand, formidable, outliving her marriage, her castle, and nearly her century, was one of Edwardian society's last great jewel collectors. She wore this magnificent Cartier pearl and diamond suite presiding over the Queen Charlotte ball at Grosvenor House, cutting a birthday cake blazing with 208 candles while debutantes curtsied below her. Then came the divorce. She lost Flore's castle, she kept the jewels, and then she simply hid them. When she died at 99, 4 tiaras, ropes of pearls, and a sea of crimson leather cases emerged from the darkness, some wrapped in paper from the year Eisenhower took office. The pearl earrings alone sold for nearly 10 times their estimate, snapped up by Annette de la Renta, who debuted them at a glittering San Francisco gala in 2016. From a duchess's vault to America's most glamorous arm, and that is where this suite lives now. Northumberland Foliate Tiara. A cascade of antique diamonds, so intricately designed it can be dismantled into 14 individual brooches, and its base, worn alone as a diamond riviere. This is jewellery engineering from another era entirely. But first, the Duchess. Lady Elizabeth Montagu Douglas Scott, niece of Princess Alice, debutante of the 1939 London season, and a decorated naval officer in World War II. In 1946, she married Hugh Percy, 10th Duke of Northumberland at Westminster Abbey, joining one of England's most powerful dynasties, presiding over Alnwick Castle, Syon House, and Albury Park. Now, this tiara's secrets run deep. Originally gifted in 1845 by the 6th Duke to his bride Louisa Drummond, it went unphotographed for nearly a century. It emerged publicly only when the family's grander coronet, the strawberry leaf, was dramatically stolen in 1963, thrusting this piece into the spotlight it deserved all along. Elizabeth wore it pregnant at a coronation, a duchess, a crown, and a secret history most royal watchers have never heard. The Devonshire ruby brooch. Some jewels are locked away in velvet-lined vaults. This one arrived in a battered elastoplast tin, fastened with a rubber band. Deborah Cavendish, the 11th Duchess of Devonshire, last of the extraordinary Mitford sisters, chatelaine of the great Chatsworth estate, and one of the most quietly magnetic figures in 20th century British aristocracy, received her inheritance not with ceremony, but in near silence weeks after her husband's death. Inside that tin, a star ruby of rare intensity, its deep crimson heart encircled by a constellation of diamonds, an heirloom of the ancient Cavendish line, first documented on Evelyn, the 9th Duchess, photographed around 1920 beneath the weight of the legendary Devonshire coronet. Rather than wear it as presented, Deborah transformed it, refashioning the brooch into a clasp for her cultured pearl necklace, creating what she called simply her uniform. Immortalised by Norman Parkinson's lens in 1956 and Pietro Annigoni's brush in 1954, it became inseparable from her image. Upon the Duke's death in 2004, she passed it to Amanda, the current Duchess. As she noted, it was never truly hers. It belongs to Chatsworth. It always has. Cartier Drapery necklace. She was never meant to wear a crown, yet no woman in history wore jewels quite like her. Wallis Simpson, the twice-divorced American commoner who made a king surrender his throne, became the most daring jewel collector of the 20th century. In 1947, Cartier's visionary creative director Jean Toussaint crafted the Drapery necklace in an Indian-inspired style. 29 step-cut amethysts, turquoise cabochons, and brilliant-cut diamonds suspended from a twisted gold rope chain, with a haunting heart-shaped amethyst as its centerpiece. The Duke himself handpicked every single gemstone, except the turquoise. Why? Nobody truly knows. In June 1953, Wallis debuted it at the Gala de l'Orangerie at Versailles. Strapless gown, matching earrings, every eye in the room frozen. After her death in 1986, it sold at Sotheby's Geneva for $605,000. Today, it exists in private hands, unseen, untouchable, and utterly priceless. What jewel is next on our list? You won't believe who owned it. Cartier Art Deco diamond fringe earrings. Before she became one of Britain's most scandalous duchesses, she was simply Margaret William, the most photographed woman of her era. And on her wrist, controversy. Around her neck, diamonds. In her ears, Cartier. Believed to be a wedding gift from her millionaire Scottish father in 1933, these Art Deco diamond fringe earrings were pure Cartier, geometric, glacial, untouchable. Cascading diamonds caught every flashbulb from London to New York for 3 decades. She wore them to Queen Elizabeth II's coronation in 1953, front row of the peeresses, paired with her Cartier shamrock tiara and a 3-strand diamond necklace. Cameras couldn't look away. Sir Herbert James Gunn painted her in them. Claridge's saw them glitter at society galas year after year. Then, a robbery, financial ruin, silence. Their location today? Unknown. Stolen, sold, or quietly inherited by her daughter, the Dowager Duchess of Rutland. Some Cartier pieces have found their way home. These haven't. Yet. The Chaumet Emerald Tiara. This tiara doesn't just sit on a head, it commands the room. Belonging to the Grand Ducal House of Luxembourg, this breathtaking piece has graced 3 generations of Grand Duchesses, each one carrying its legacy forward with quiet, regal power. Crafted by the legendary Parisian jeweller Chaumet in the Art Deco era, it features an almost impossibly intricate diamond scrollwork, and at its heart, a single, enormous cabochon emerald, anchored by a bold, square-cut diamond. From across a ballroom, it reads as effortlessly simple. Up close, it reveals a labyrinth of craftsmanship most jewellers today couldn't replicate. First photographed on Grand Duchess Charlotte in the 1920s, possibly a gift from her husband Prince Felix, it later passed to Josephine Charlotte, then to the current Grand Duchess Maria Theresa, who has worn it across Europe's most prestigious galas. Most recently spotted in 2024 at a Czech presidential state banquet on a new generation. 3 duchesses, 1 tiara, and centuries of secrets it still refuses to tell. And next, we uncover the rarest ring ever slipped onto a duchess's finger. One so extraordinary, historians still argue whether it should exist at all. Ruby diamond ring. She was the fiery redhead who dazzled the palace and broke its rules in equal measure. Sarah Ferguson, Duchess of York, married Prince Andrew in 1986 in a ceremony the world watched breathlessly. And on her finger, a jewel as bold and unconventional as she was. A 3-carat Burmese ruby, one of the rarest gemstones on earth, prized above diamonds by collectors, encircled by 10 brilliant diamonds in a floral cluster setting, all resting on a warm yellow gold band. Crafted by royal jeweller Garrard, the same house behind Princess Diana's legendary sapphire, it was deliberately unconventional, by Prince Andrew's own admission. She wore it through scandal, through divorce, through the storm, and then in 2003, 11 years after their separation, it simply vanished from her hand. No statement, no explanation. Where is it now? Nobody's saying. Alba Pearl and Diamond Tiara. Belonging to the Duchess of Alba, Doña Cayetana Fitzjames Stuart, she held more noble titles than the Queen of England herself. Doña Cayetana, the 18th Duchess of Alba, Spain's most eccentric, untouchable aristocrat, wore this breathtaking tiara on the most important day of her life, her 1947 wedding at the 3rd largest cathedral in the world. But here's where it gets mysterious. This romantic masterpiece, 7 pear-shaped pearls crowning 6 blazing diamonds, set atop twisted gold bands and floral bouquets, was long believed to have belonged to Empress Eugénie of France herself. Look closer, and you'll see cascading laurel crowns intertwined with delicate naturalist florals, all anchored by a geometric base of sculpted bows. A design so intricate, so hauntingly beautiful, it looks less like jewellery and more like a frozen garden of royalty. And remarkably, the entire tiara detaches to become a show-stopping necklace. Except, historians found no record of it in the Empress's estate. So where did it truly come from? A secret inheritance through the House of Hijar? A hidden lineage? No one knows for certain. What we do know, it graced the Imperial Ball in New York, Athenian royal galas, and now rests with Doña Eugenia, Duchess of Montoro, waiting for its next royal moment.